Hey there, it's the Machine of Nonsense, episode 194, and we are talking May and June. This is crazy, guys. We're talking May and June, the things we missed in May and the things we are excited about in June. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by Kayla.
Hello.
And we got Mike.
Hey, I'm here to talk about Mune. May and June.
Oh, Mune. Okay. It's like, oh, shit, I missed Mune. I didn't have that on my list. that upcoming series, Mune. Oh, Mune.
Yep.
Good. So like I said, we are talking Mune, like Mike said. We're talking Mune. It kind of comes off as like SNL Trump. Okay. Before we get to the festivities, little admin work. I'm gonna start doing this at the beginning of the podcast now, guys. YouTube. Check out our most recent episode called Trailers on YouTube. Full video version there. We went over the best and some of the worst trailers of all time. All of our favorite trailers that we grew up with, and some more recent stuff, and that truly awful Godfather trailer that apparently people had to sit through in the 70s or whatever. So yeah, check that out on YouTube. Like, subscribe, do all those things. Hit us up on our email, which is machineofnonsense@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you on trailers or about this episode. That's all about Mune, May and June. Yeah, I think that's all the housekeeping. Aside from our next episode 195 is going to be a talkover of Summer Game Fest, Jeff Keighley's new E3, not the Key 3, as we like to call it. So that is going to be June 6th. We'll be talking over that, and you can check that out. We'll have full video version on YouTube and the podcast version on all of your podcast apps. If you still prefer to, check us out on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you listen to us on. We're on everything.
Stitcher.
Get us on Stitcher. Do it.
What is that?
it's the thing.
Just a podcast app.
A podcatcher.
That's been around forever. I don't even know if it's still like...
Don't catch us on Stitcher if it doesn't exist anymore. Don't look us up. Oh, that's good.
My podcast app is called Podcast Addict, and I've been using it for 10 years now.
So if you're addicted to podcasts, check out Podcast Addict. And specifically check us out. Trailers plays best on YouTube, I will say. We got our first ever warning of copyrighted material. I wanted to put that out there.
Hey, we made it.
So Spotify on the podcast version grabbed us for Simple and Clean in one of the trailers. They said, like, hey, do you have the rights to Simple and Clean on this episode? And I put in a free use petition, so I think we're good. The episode's up. You could still listen to it. I highly recommend checking it on YouTube because there's a heavy video component. Oh, so
we're gonna get demonetized.
Yeah. They're gonna like take money away instead, I think.
They'll add it to our taxes that we owe.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Oh gosh. So May is officially over, actually, and we never got. It's June 1st as we record. We never got an opportunity to really talk about May. We did a wrap up on our previous episode of everything we had been recently checked out. So that hit a lot of the things that we had checked out in May. But there's some stuff we missed, some stuff we never got a chance to talk about on the pod. Even if we haven't checked it out or not, there's still stuff on my list. Yesterday, for example, was Netflix's big their E3 called Tudum. They do a kind of a state of Netflix, everything coming out in the next like 6-ish months. And we got some reveals, we got some interesting stuff. So I'm going to run through that, see if you guys are interested in anything that Netflix has coming out in the next 6 months or so here. So Lady Gaga was at Tudum. She did a presentation for Wednesday Season 2. You can watch the first 6 minutes of Wednesday Season 2 on YouTube, etc. So getting ready for that August 6th release of Wednesday Season 2. The first season was fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga did a presentation. Oh, it's coming out in 2 parts because Netflix likes doing that now, multi-part.
Yeah.
So it's August 6th and September 3rd on Wednesday Season 2.
Is Gaga in the show?
Probably, right? You know? I don't know. I have no idea, but
That's the only thing she presented?
Yeah, I think she just did a musical performance for Wednesday.
Oh, maybe she did a song for it or something.
It would make sense if she has a cameo, right? Like
a little Harley Quinn Wednesday crossover.
Ooh, yeah.
You know,
I'm sure Netflix is wanting to be associated with Folie Deux. Yeah, I'm sure.
Folie Trois.
Yeah. Third time's a charm, right? That's what they say.
Yeah.
Or fifth time's a charm when it comes to Stranger Things, season 5, coming in 3 parts, 3s again. So we're getting this November 26th, December 25th, and December 31st. So home for the holidays with Stranger Things. The official wrap up. All those kids are 30 now, so you know.
Took over a decade to finish this trip that they've taken us on, but hopefully it wraps up well. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Stranger Things in 2025. It feels like something from so long ago.
When did it first come out?
I want to say 2014, but I could.
95, I think. 1995.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I don't feel like it was that long ago myself.
No?
Mm-mm.
Maybe it wasn't.
Oh, I think it was. Let's see what.
I mean, it could have been 10 years ago. Yeah, that's not far off.
It feels like 10, probably. 2016. So
2016.
It'll be yeah, be like 10. So
by the time it's all, we've seen it all.
Right, exactly. There's a little bit of new footage from the new season. There's a trailer, the release date trailer. So, check that out. Happy Gilmore 2, an actual 1995 thing or thereabouts. We're getting that July 25th. There's a full length trailer on that. They're playing the hits. We got Shooter McGavin. We got Ben Stiller. We got a lot going on there. It's
supposed to be on the senior tour or something, or what? Do we know?
I think you're right. I think he's like making a comeback essentially. Like he hasn't been back on the green in a while, and he's got to get there. Yeah. No, he's been on that green and he needs to get on the other green, you know? Yeah.
Family's involved.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, his daughter, I think, is a big aspect.
His wife's in it, his daughter's in it.
Yeah.
His love interest of not literal marriage material, but
yeah. Good stuff.
Is homegirl from Modern Family gonna? I forget her name.
Yeah.
She's back. Okay.
Lindsay
Julie Bowen.
Julie Bowen, right?
Julie Bowen. Yeah.
Yeah. Looking as good as ever, but she does not age.
Tight.
Yeah, she looks great. Good looking lady. Ben Stiller, not Ben Stiller, but and Ben Stiller, but I was gonna say what the fuck's Happy Gilmore? Adam Sandler. Not aging as well, I would say.
Still love him.
Yeah.
For Seth Rogen, for me, was Adam Sandler. So
sure. I'd watch The Studio with Adam Sandler without a doubt.
The AI Simpsons live action movie trailers that I keep seeing with Sandler as Homer. He looks real good in those. Looks real young.
I hate everything you just said. I hate that. I hate that you put that on the thing that I know now. I don't like that.
Oh yeah,
weird.
it exists.
Very weird.
Oh no.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh, sounds like Frankenstein, right? We're talking Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein coming in to Netflix in November. That looks cool. There's a trailer out now. Oscar Isaac is Dr. Frankenstein. And I think the monster is Jacob Elordi from The Very Tall Gentleman from Euphoria and other things. I think.
That one movie I like.
The Nicole Kidman movie?
No, the one, it was the lady she made, it had a one-word title. It was an Amazon movie. Barry Keoghan was the weirdo in it.
You don't say.
Strangers? No, he's not in that movie.
No, never mind. It's very like talented Mr. Ripley-esque guy pretending to be something he's not.
Okay. I don't think I'm aware at all. But Jacob Elordi is a real scumbag in Euphoria, so I don't know. I think he's a good actor. I think so. He's very tall.
Saltburn.
Thank you.
That's the
yes.
one. Yeah. I remember that one. Didn't see that one, but need to.
Weird movie.
That's the follow-up. That's the same one who did Promising Young Woman, right?
Promising Young Woman.
Director? Yeah. See, I love Promising Young Woman, so maybe I need to check out. And I also want to check out Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein coming into Netflix in November. I'm mildly interested in The Rip. You aware of The Rip, Mike? It's also shown at Tudum.
Is that what created The Gorge?
Yeah, it's the prequel to The Gorge, The Rip, starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. It's a crime thriller starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Stephen Yen also part of this one. That's coming January 16th to Netflix. So, yeah, I don't know much aside from that. 2026. Yeah, there's some other 2026 in their list. Actually, the next thing on my list, One Piece. We got our Tony Chopper reveal. Mike, I need about give me about 50 minutes of Tony Chopper lore, please. Could you?
He is the doctor of the Straw Hat Crew. He appears to be like a deer human, and that is because he was once a normal deer who ate one of the gum fruits, a zoan fruit. So now he is like half and half. Like, he can talk like a human and stuff. And tragic backstory Tony has, like most characters in One Piece, and it's a real bummer that Jamie Lee Curtis was not cast as his like mentor from his arc, because that would have been perfect casting. But alas.
He seems very precocious in there was a reveal of his character and stuff. Very precocious. I thought the CGI looked good. It's not like I haven't seen it with the other characters, so I'd like to see him with the other characters.
Yeah, Chopper gets in there. He tussles too. I don't know how much fighting he'll be in this season. I don't know even what kind of gap that of the show that the season's going to try to cover. Excuse me. And man, I guess the CGI is why it's taking so long.
Nebulous 2026 date. We don't have
I thought we were going to be getting season 2 this year, because season 1 was so long ago. At least in my mind, it seems. And Chopper is only part of the crew from here on out, so hopefully they got that figured out. And, doesn't take. God, they're gonna finish the reboot of the anime before they even get halfway through the live action. But it's still exciting. Excited to see just if they could keep kind of the real prop. Just the kind of the show had a lot of CGI to it, of course, but they did a lot of work with the sets and things like that to make it feel real, not just like a Mandalorian green screen thing or something. Blue screen, whatever the fuck they use in Atlanta. And it's exciting. Dee and Ryan were real excited as well.
Yeah. Character seems interesting. So Mike did a good lore dump on Tony Chopper. Kayla, I need a lore dump on on the hair in Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Oh,
Daniel Craig doesn't look good with long hair. No.
oh God,
No.
that sounds terrible.
Rocking a little shaggy look, a little bit. He's
Really?
got some.
But it does. It looks good. I think the show looks fun.
Yeah, that'll be December 12th.
Spooky.
This will be the next in the line of Knives Out. I guess they're just Netflix movies now. So
just who done
Ryan
it?
Johnson again?
Yep, Ryan Johnson again. Yeah. Good cast. Just a big cast. I saw like Kerry Washington,
Mila Kunis.
Yeah, there's man, who else was part of that one? I don't know. Big Jeremy Renner, Josh Brolin. So they're doing like the other Knives Out movies, just pulling a bunch of interesting actors together. All pulled together by Daniel Craig. This one looks like it has like a religious occult kind of theme to the murder. At least the imagery in the trailer is very occulty kind of thing. Yeah, spooky. So yeah, I hope if they go that direction, a little more thriller spookiness. Those movies are kind of kooky, so I don't know if they can pull off a little more serious take, but I don't know. They're fine. I like those movies well enough. So that's Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, December 12th. And the final thing was shown was Squid Game Season 3. We're getting the finale of that. They're wrapping that up with the third season on June 27th.
Ooh.
Did not see the second season. That was big in your house, though, right, Mike?
Yes, everyone loves Squid Games here. They left me behind. I kind of had to go to bed one night while they were watching. We were all kind of, on the same pace, and I did not get to finish season 2, but seemed cool. They really enjoyed it. I don't know if season 3. Well, actually, they did tell me how season 2 left off. So I actually now thinking it's not going to be them just running the games back. It seems that's good.
Squid Game, June 27th. Yeah, I don't. That'll probably be huge again. The world loves.
I'm
Squid
not
Game.
up to date.
Yeah, well, maybe that'll be an opportunity to watch it. To catch up, because especially if it's getting good.
Because then we can finish it all the way through. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that wraps up Netflix to Dumb. As we'll talk as we get into June, this is kind of the summer content drops are happening. We're going to be talking about, Summer Game Fest and IGN Live and a bunch of other things. So we're going to have a lot to talk about throughout the summer. D23 will be in August. Looked that up recently. So we're getting a lot this summer. Talk a little
Swimming
bit.
and content.
Yeah, swimming. People love swimming in May, right? That's a swimming month. No.
Not for our region. It was winter in May this year.
So what did we miss in May? Fuck it. I'll start it off. I've already been talking. I want to play Despelote, Mike. Everyone's talking about it. Came out May 1st. We didn't talk about it for a moment. But it's like a 2-hour game. I could fit that in. This is a walking sim kind of visual novel, but with a mechanic where you kick a soccer ball everywhere. It's set in 2002, or it's set in Ecuador as they're trying to get to qualify for the 2002 World Cup. It would be the first time they qualified. I'm assuming they do, but I haven't read into the history of it. I don't know anything about the World Cup, so I'm assuming it's a happy tale, but I don't know. The thing that not only is everyone talking about it, it looks cool. Like the art style is wild.
Mhm.
How would you? I don't know how to describe it. Mike, do you have a good description of the art style?
Washed out,
Okay.
kind of
Hand
colors
drawn.
to it. Yeah, yeah. It's not really
Color
art
block.
style, but the gameplay is similar, I guess, to Ape Out, the designer
Mm.
of that. So it doesn't have that same top down view to it or the jazz track, but you're moving you're punching your arms a lot maybe in this one.
I think you're kicking your
kicking
feet.
your legs a lot.
Yeah,
I
kicking
guess.
your feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like sports things. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Steam only.
I think it's on everything.
PC
I think
only?
it's
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think I saw Xbox, I saw PlayStation, I think Switch
Cool.
too. So I think it's multi-platform there.
Ooh, man, I want to check that out. There's every year we have these really cool like slice of life. There was like a nun kind of game last year. I forget what it was called.
Oh yeah, that looked good.
That
Creepy
I
nun
kept
game.
hearing about that I wanted to see or play, and want to get to this one this year, hopefully.
That's Despelote on everything. We missed it. It came out May 1st. Mike, you got anything from May that we missed out on?
Bring her back.
Yeah.
From the guy from the same crew who did Talk to Me. Spooky Scary from I think 2023 was
It
Talk
was
to
like
Me.
late. It was one of those like tweener between years
Okay.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't love Talk to Me, but as far as being creepy and just having very cool kind of like imagery and shit, really dug that. I the hand from Talk to Me, I joke with Selena all the time, like we got to get one of those.
A24 sells
House
it on
suite.
their official store, by the way. It does exist.
Very,
You could purchase that.
great to hear. Great to hear. I want to like mount it on a wall.
I
It'll be
get
like a
ads for it
controller
all the
holder or
time.
something.
They know me.
Oh, cool. See, I get the Midsommar pins and stuff, and there's like a plushie of the May Queen and stuff like that. So yeah, but looks cool. I don't know when that's going to be coming to like VOD. It might still even be in theaters, but heard good things. Sally Hawkins is in that from Shape of Water. I like her a lot. So
Yeah.
spooky stuff. Love the spooky stuff.
Yeah, I think that came out late. I think that just came out a couple days. I think it was like a limited release, and the full release was like May 30th. So, yeah, still probably available in theaters for a little while. 90% Rotten Tomatoes score, if anyone cares about that. It's it's well thought of too. Like it's not just a throwaway kind of horror movie. So, yeah, that looks so creepy. Good pick. Kayla, you got a pick for May at all?
Well, since the last time we spoke, we've added to what we have watched. We have watched Star Wars Tales of the Underworld, which
fun.
adds to the animated series, animated storylines. Kind of explores Cad Bane's origin story, and I don't. It has a story of Ventress, I guess. I don't. That one was weird. I don't.
Yeah, it's cut up into 6.
I don't know. I don't even know what I want to
episodes.
say about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Asajj Ventress, the Padawan of what's
Dooku?
yeah,
No.
Count Dooku. Yeah,
Dooku.
exactly. So she was explored in Clone Wars mostly, but it's like a wrap up of her story, but it doesn't wrap up necessarily. The Cad Bane stuff's a lot better.
Bald, skinny. Yeah, I remember her when she was in.
Cool.
There was a ton of the ads back then on Cartoon Network when that show was coming out. And Cad Bane as well. He's the cowboy man, right?
Oh yeah, cowboy man.
Yeah. Oh, like the sisters from not last, but man, there's so many things with
the world.
Jedi.
Fallen Order. Yeah. She's tied into all that storyline.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she's super
that's cool.
Yeah, she doesn't.
But yeah, it just like sets her up as like a wolf and cub situation, and then just moves on to Cad Bane's story, and that's it. It's like, all right.
Kind of feels like they might
be
going back to that at a later date, maybe. Like they're trying to do something else. Yeah, and maybe they didn't need to stretch. Like I don't know. Cad Bane stuff is great though. That's a full. It's basically his origin story.
It was good.
It was pretty cool.
That I can see stretching too. I feel like they set that up for. Okay.
He's one of the only characters, I mean, like with Ahsoka, where he's been shown in both like live action and animated. So it's just Dave Filoni loves Cad Bane,
That's Cad Bane right there. Can't really tell, but
I think you just pointed at your chair. I don't know if we can. I don't think we're getting the same angle you are. Oh, I do see it. I do see the. It's very far back there. I do. Yes.
Kayla's never on camera for me.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Never.
Aw.
When I looked at I checked out some of the last week's pod on YouTube, and I'm like, wait a minute, Kayla's camera works. What's going on?
Aw.
So something about Discord. I have not seen Kayla on a podcast in months.
That is really weird. Holy shit! Wow.
Dang.
So,
I'm glad it's not like what everybody else sees too.
No, yeah, you guys out there in YouTube land, you can just see everything about us. So go check us out.
Except for when I turn my camera off to take care of something.
Ooh, so mysterious.
Be part of the Patreon to get the no
Seth
ads.
Rogen has taught me you can't say those things on the social meds. So.
Did you guys realize that Rick and Morty is back? Rick and Morty came back. Yeah. May 25th, season 8 of Rick and Morty is back. With an episode called The Summer of All Fears. I like that. Haven't watched it yet. This is what I missed in May, but I'm excited to see if Rick and Morty can survive post controversy, let's say, all of those things. Controversy noted.
I wouldn't even say like that the controversy may have been a part of the fall, but it really is just the length of time that it's been since we've had anything. And maybe that was because of the shit that happened, but maybe not. I don't know. I feel like the other guy, the salt and pepper haired guy with the long beard.
What the hell is that?
The other writer,
can
do just fine.
Has the quality of it held up since like the split from the creator, or?
I think we've season
only had a little
7, right? Like that would have been season 7 was the first one without Justin Roiland.
Right.
And
there's only been one?
I think there's only been one. Yeah, that's what Kayla was saying is like the rollout has been super weird, and then they've done like half seasons with weird
writer
breaks.
Strike stuff.
I think the writer strikes hit.
Yeah.
Can we pull a Last of Us and be like, oh, it was the writer's strike? You guys remember that, right? It happened.
It's been a rough go for Rick and Morty in a lot of different ways, and for a while there was the smartest show on TV, I would say. From like I think some of the best written, like funny but like thoughtful and thought provoking writing, and
but because we wanted to see like, oh shit, I want to see what Bad Morty's up to, like, but nobody really cares about that anymore.
Not enough to like advertise that it was coming out on May 25th, at least.
They've just like made it way too long. It's like it's the Stranger Things issue too.
Yeah, I think maybe the world has moved on from Rick and Morty, but I don't know. Maybe Adult Swim is still beloved. I don't know. In my mind, it's still just. Do they come up with new shows for that, or is it just Family Guy reruns, American Dad, whatever?
Brack show.
But those
reboot,
things have new episodes too.
They do,
Don't they?
They
Right,
all of those
right.
shows. Yeah, they just pull
Right,
from
all
it.
those shows are still going too. Yeah, so I guess that just feeds the.
They're like, oh shit, that was a current reference. They made a current reference. We're up to date.
Yeah.
Hey, if The Walking Dead can still survive, anything can, right?
Yeah.
Oh. What anything else for May from you, Mike?
No, I think that's it. I touched on Doom last time. I haven't even gone back to that. I might not.
I was wondering.
Yeah. I think that's it for May.
Kayla, anything before I get to the last thing I have for May?
Nope.
I have something interesting, a thing we don't normally talk a ton about, but a documentary came out in May called Wick is Pain on May 9th. It's a documentary about the John Wick franchise. It's fully produced by Lionsgate, so it's not one of those like, oh yeah, it's about John Wick but doesn't have access to Keanu Reeves or Chad Stahelski or any of the crew or behind the scenes stuff. It's fully like it's a pretty deep dive into it. So it's just available on VOD to like rent or own. It didn't come to theaters or anything else, and it's not currently on any streamer, so you have to just like rent it or whatever. But looks cool. I love the John Wick franchise. I think it's just the coolest thing to come out in the last 10 years. Just new stuff. Love that fourth movie, and the documentary covers it all, like from 1 to 4. I don't think it doesn't seem like it touches on Ballerina necessarily, but at least 1 through 4. So yeah, I want to check that out. It looks interesting. Wick is Pain is the title of that one. That came out. Missed it completely.
Is that on Peacock or something? Or
I think it's just available to rent. It would probably come out. I think all of the Wick stuff is on Peacock, right? Is that where it's at?
So.
Yeah, so maybe eventually it will come once it's done with its, pay for you kind of shit.
Cool.
You can't have a Moon without June, right? You can't. You just can't.
You can't do it.
And we got a lot. We got a lot coming up in June. Nintendo is releasing a console. Did you guys hear?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You didn't get one, but
how long? So Switch 2, if you didn't know, is coming out on June 5th. So if you didn't get your pre-orders, I don't know. That's sad. When do you think we'll have them on shelves anytime this year? Like where I can just go into a Target and get me a Switch 2?
I think so. I don't know. There's no telling, really.
I guess I'm gonna have to see what happens the first couple days.
I know, like Target said, like we're gonna have them in stores and online on release day, which is wild. I didn't think. I thought pre-order, the online pre-orders from a couple months ago would have been it. But I don't know. It feels like such a weird launch. I don't know. Maybe it's just economical, global shit that's going on right now. Maybe it's just Nintendo has become like Sony, kind of like tight to the chest, like not revealing too much. I don't know.
Nintendo's always tight to the chest, right? They're like the kings.
Yes, yeah, but this one seems a little different. Somehow, I don't know. It seems like they're usually, here's everything we've been, Imagineering for fucking toiling away and Santa's workshop for 5 years, and here's our new thing. And I don't know. It seems like they're like they're gearing up for the storm. Like they're, I don't know. Tough times might be coming for everyone or something, and they're just kind of worried about that.
For sure.
Boarding up the windows.
About that.
Sure. So, but Man, Mario Kart looks like a lot of fun though.
That's the big launch game, right? That's kind of the only one that's really a system seller at this point.
Yeah, so far, that studio, like that game that lets you go inside and like take a tour of the Switch. Um, that's only like $10, but I don't think anyone's real jazzed about that. I don't even think that wheelchair basketball game Dragon Drive is at launch. I don't think.
I think you're right. Yeah, I don't think it is coming at launch.
And I know I've said it before, but this thing was supposed to be out last year. They took a long time to make sure they had enough of these systems to make sure they had the games, and it doesn't seem like either of those really panned out. So
Cyberpunk,
I don't know.
On launch day they got Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Armored Edition, right? Like,
let's see.
Arkham City.
Yeah. I'm honestly very interested to see if Cyberpunk. That'll be a big test for me of like, okay, did Nintendo actually put the money and whatnot into this, where it can play the really good games of last generation and stuff? That's a big test. Whatever Cyberpunk does on that. Not that I want to play Cyberpunk on the Switch too, but like if it can run that and looks good and everything, I'm like, okay, solid. Like then it can kind of play anything that they want to do.
I'm hearing PlayStation 4 Pro levels of power. I guess to this thing, which you could have played Cyberpunk on that.
Yeah,
probably not well, but I think in a year or two we're still going to be like, oh man, this Call of Duty is going to be on this thing. They probably in the court trial 10 years we're going to be devoted to the Switch. Like, I don't think Black Ops 8 is gonna look great on this thing in a couple years, but I don't know. I still want one real bad.
I want it in the sense that like once it is at like a GameStop and I can like trade in the Switch One towards it and get a little bit off and then just like I can play all my Switch One games on it. Like I will feel very solid about that like investment. I think Donkey Kong, that looks great. That looks fun.
Will it still be $500 on that shelf when you find it? That'll be the
$900 at that point.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. So, that's June 5th. The Switch 2. We shall see. Kayla, I'm changing the rotation. What are you most excited for in June?
What am I most excited for in June?
Yeah.
I
know, tough question.
Hmm?
It's a tough question.
I'm gonna say a show that I didn't know about until this morning.
Hell yeah.
Stick,
yes.
Stick is an Apple TV show with Owen Wilson playing Ted Lasso in golf instead of soccer.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm just gonna check that out. See what kind of flavor Owen Wilson can put on that. It looks fun. It looks wholesome. Like, Owen Wilson is, old golfer who had a, rough time and is just like training old ladies now. Similar to, Happy giving lessons to old folks for meatballs. I'm mixing my Adam
no,
Wedding Gilmore. Yeah, I love.
Yes, thank you. Yes. I was like, wait a minute.
Raising kids for meatballs.
And so he's out training this old lady, and he hears a fantastic ball being hit, and it's this young kid, and so him and Mark Maron, are like gonna try to shape this kid up, and he's gonna be something.
Ooh.
Seems like a road
Yeah.
movie too. They're like traveling in an RV to all the golf
Yeah.
tournaments or whatever. It's got like a wholesome version of Challengers kind of vibe to it a little bit.
Yeah, kind of does.
Yeah. Yeah, Stick.
Right on.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson, that's a
Apple
name I have
TV.
not heard in years. So
Yeah, he
Except
looks the
for
same.
good for him.
Yeah, except for, I mean, he's in Loki.
Oh yeah. Duh.
Yeah, Mike.
was-
Loki.
Probably the best part of that. Yeah, I didn't finish that second.
Oh, you silly boy. Why?
Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yeah, what you got for June?
I'm gonna go with my movie, and I'm gonna go with I believe let me get the subtitle correct here.
Ooh.
It is Predator Killer of Killers. Have you guys heard of this?
I think that's a threefer. I think we all had that on our list.
That's why I didn't say it, because I figured that was the one that you saw on mine that you had.
Oh, that's great. That's so good.
I didn't really know about this. I knew
good.
Yeah, it does. I'd known about the movie that's going to be coming out soon. But this is it's kind of set in that same Prey universe. Dan Trachtenberg is directing this as well, and it's like 3 different stories throughout time. You have a Viking, a samurai in feudal Japan, and a World War II pilot, each going up against I think it's a different predator for each
Might be
era. I don't think they live like fucking centuries. I guess that doesn't make
They
sense.
look different.
But, right. And I think it's just going to be dope. You know, it's
Cool
90-minute movie. You know, three sections. Boom, boom, boom. One of the World War II sections seems like it's going to be more aerial combat focused than hand to hand, which is really cool. We've never had that in Predator, and man, it's gonna be cool to have more of that. Prey is another thing that seemed like so long ago, wanting to, a follow up to that, and it seems like we're gonna get 2 follow ups this year. So eating good if you're a Predator fan, for sure.
Yeah,
and that is coming out on Hulu on June 6th, I believe.
Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, 100%.
So yeah.
Yeah, that looks great. I also had that on my list. The animation looks so cool, and that looks great. Predator, Killer of Killers. I remember the comics. Like, there were a bunch of Dark Horse comics from, I would say, like the mid to late 90s that I would see ads for. I never like had any of them, but I would see them in other comics and or at the comic book store or whatever else. And it was always like, oh, the Predator in Vietnam and shit like that. And it was like this. It was basically the same like premise, and it's like that's such a great premise,
This art actually does look pretty comic booky. Now that you say that,
I think it's inspired. Yeah. It's a good one. All right, then I'll do a game for June myself. Doing Death Stranding 2 on the beach, coming to PlayStation exclusively on June 26th. That trailer with like Troy Baker playing the electric guitar, the literal electric guitar, that sold me after being kind of lukewarm, putting in like 40 hours in that first Death Stranding game and leaving it kind of like, that was a game I played. Now and I'm hearing good things too. Old Dan Reichert from Giant Bomb went to Japan and got hands-on with this one and was glowing about this one. So I guess the combat's better, which was was kind of a shitty part of the first one. So he kept throwing around Metal Gear 5 stuff, Metal Gear Solid 5, type movement and shooting and stuff. So that's that's crack, right? So
it's going to be the game of the year. All right.
Yeah, maybe. Looks batshit crazy as that first game was, but you got a puppet that you can use as like you throw him in the air apparently, and he can scout out the area and stuff, similar to like binoculars and whatnot in Metal Gear. Yeah, like a drone. Yeah, and there's a straight Metal Gear in one of the trailers, like
yeah. Yeah, one of the characters looks like Snake. It's I'm all for that. Whatever. Bring all the references, all the winks to Metal Gear into anything he does. Even in Metal Gear, there was winks to all the stuff police knots and all that. You'd see posters and things like that. So, game looks dope. I just on a graphical level, seeing like the motion capture stuff that games do nowadays, like that's Leia Seydoux. That is just her
right
there. And didn't play a lot of that first one. Thought it was neat. Just going around trying to scale mountains, people leaving ladders behind for me was real nice and things like that. And, meeting Conan O'Brien in a garage somewhere. But, yeah, this one looks like just fully expanded. To hear that it might have the tech from Metal Gear 5, like that the moving and jumping and running around in that game there's nothing like it in any other game. So if it has that gameplay, that style, it's going to have the Kojima weird script. Sounds like my kind of perfect cocktail for me. I'm excited.
Kayla, lore dump on Death Stranding 1. You got this?
Tell me about the BTs, Kayla. And the BBs.
They're Bisonic Terrors?
Uh-huh. Yep. You're right. Yeah. Yep. Bisonic Terrors.
Oh, very nice.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I don't think either of those letters were either of those words. But I don't remember what BT stands for either. So,
but if I said that, you're probably picturing something that's terrifying and shaky and spooky, right?
There was
that's a Bisonic terror.
Spooky ass. There were some spooky Bisonic terrors in that first game. I will.
It is like a wild acid trip.
It is. Yeah. In a game about delivering packages, that's so.
Give somebody acid and tell them like, hey, you gotta deliver these packages, and you're on this crazy world, and these are the stories you would get. Crazy oil monsters would come out of the ground.
Yeah. When a lot of pee caca bombs in that one, right?
And blood. Don't forget blood. And blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of blood.
It's like
you gotta
like a Metallica album cover here. Right? Wow.
Yeah. There's not much resources, so gotta use what you have. Gotta get a dune suit, of course.
Ooh, I like it. So pee pee poo poo caca on the beach, June 26th. Death Stranding 2 hits PlayStation, June 26th. What do you got, Kayla?
For what I am still excited for in June.
I don't think it's up here.
The only other thing that I really have is 28 Years Later.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the trailer a lot. It's a long time coming. I love a super literal thing that it's 28 years later. Here we are with this film. Let's do it. They're coming from an island back onto, land. Andrew Johnson, let's give him another shot. I believe in him. I think there is an actor who can do stuff in there. Feel bad for his luck lately. No, not Andrew Johnson. Is the name Andrew Johnson?
Taylor Johnson.
Aaron
Taylor Johnson. That's
okay. Wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute.
Raven the Hunter.
Right. Mm-hmm. Becomes the hunted, I think, here.
Yeah, it looks like Ray Fiennes is ready to just hunt everybody.
Dude. In one of the trailers, you just see a torso, and I'm like, whew. I know that torso. That is a fucking body bag of a man. He's just thick.
He got super ripped to play Odysseus in the probably less seen version of that story.
He got super ripped to play Conclave too. I think he was ready.
Yeah,
he
under
had
those
to be
robes.
ready under that cloak.
Yeah, I mean that dude's like 60, and he's in the best shape of his life.
Rafe. Sorry, I think I said Ralph. Rafe.
You know,
so many unique names in this one. Aaron Taylor Johnson, Rafe. Do we know that we're gonna see Killian or no?
They keep showing that zombie that looks just like Cillian Murphy, like
that they have come out and said is not him.
It's so weird. It's such a weird thing. I don't know. I don't know why. I get it. Okay, it was in the first trailer, fake out or whatever you wanted to do marketing wise, but they've released like 3 subsequent trailers, and they all have that skinny Cillian Murphy guy in it. And it's weird.
Yeah.
Been a lot of trailers, long ones, different ones. I think the most recent one that we seen in theaters, I did like though.
I think that ahead of like Sinners or something. I think it was might have been that one. It's got that.
Dang, that was good.
There's a cool thing in the trailers that they keep using. It seems like it's a radio broadcast or like a record player kind of like it's kind of a woman reciting some kind of warning or message or something. I can't really make it out. It doesn't make a lot of sense necessarily, but it's just eerie and
it's probably coordinates.
It kind of seems like coordinates or like here's how you get to the island or whatever, or where we've seen the infected or whatever. But it's good.
Where they're dropping supplies or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because I don't know what they're going out for.
No, but I do love all the weird occulty stuff. You see a lot of skulls, like mountains of skulls, and it's
the skull forest.
Yeah,
man. One of the best trailers of the year, for sure. Should have brought it up on the trailer episode because that trailer is very good. But we're bringing it up now.
Hell yeah!
For June, and definitely looks like the best movie of the month.
And it's Danny Boyle and Alex Garland getting back together. So since they haven't been, I don't know that they've made a movie together since the first one. Is that right? I want to say. I don't.
Sunshine. I think was after.
That's right. You're right. Yeah, they did do Sunshine together. But Dream Team. Sunshine underrated.
So who? Oh yeah. That's a cool movie. Who's Ray Fiennes going to be in the Elden Ring Alex Garland film? Do we think?
Ooh, that's good.
Morgott. He's going to be Morgott or something.
Oh man. Who's the? Yeah. I'm so bad with the Elden Ring characters.
He'll be the guy that has your sword, your weapon, the wolf.
Oh, I'd love him as
Blythe.
Yeah, I love Blythe.
Yeah,
hell yeah. But then you don't get to see him and everything. I don't know.
But he's got the
voice
for it.
Well, Blythe should be old dude who
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
No, the greatest voice in like every A24 movie.
Oh, the Green Knight?
The Green Knight, yeah. What's that guy's name?
Ooh, Ralph Ineson.
Yes,
love
exactly.
Yeah,
that's Blythe, like...
You're right.
That's my Blythe. Diablo's own Ralph Ineson.
Oh.
He's in Diablo. He's
that's cool.
Main character in that one.
That's very cool.
Great voice.
Galactus. He will be Galactus soon.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Oh, man. What a dude. I got to rewatch The Witch. I got to give it another shot.
It's great.
I want to watch it. I've never seen it.
Yeah. All right. You had 28 years later, Kayla. Is that was you? So, Mike, back around to you. You got something else from June?
Yeah. Not really a game, but game adjacent. We are getting a Final Fantasy themed set in Magic the Gathering. This is one of their Universes Beyond sets. They're doing more and more of those. We've had Fallout. We've had Assassin's Creed.
Doctor Who.
Yep. Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings. Ton of cool crossovers. But this one for me takes the cake. It is like over like 300 cards, and it is from the whole history of the game. You know, from 1 to 16. We don't have any of the offshoots, sadly. No tactics for Eric and Tomas and Crystal Chronicles or anything like that. But they've I think they've done a pretty good job of spreading out, you know, who gets, you know, a mythic rare, you know, which game gets, you know, love here, and, you know, who's a rare, who's an uncommon, and things like that. And the only travesty of the set is no Doom Train from Final Fantasy VIII did not get a card. They're doing a really cool thing with summons put in the card game, and they're creatures and sagas at the same time, and they kind of will go out, be creatures for a little bit, and then they die after a few turns and get summoned back, basically. And really neat how they're implementing, you know, Final Fantasy stuff into the gameplay of Magic. And I'm pumped for it. I'm going to be playing a lot of it. I bought a box of it. Hopefully going to get a VV, hopefully get some of the cool Through the Ages stuff. They did a lot of cool reprints. There's a Ristic study that's, you know, Titus and Yuna hugging in the rain and stuff like that. And a lot of love to 10 and 6 and 8 and all the, you know, 9, the ones that I like. And Eric loves 2. I know Eric loves 9.
I like VV. I like VV as much as you like VV. I'll give you that.
Oh, good. And yeah, there's even like Final Fantasy 11 cards in there. 2 is getting cards, and they didn't, you know, even the black sheep in the franchise, they showed some love for sure. But yeah, that's exciting, and that's the same day as Game Fest, the pre-release event. So it's gonna be some tight scheduling around some of our reaction stream there, but we'll make it work. And it's most exciting Magic year for me in a long time. We had Dragons of Tarkir earlier this year, which was a great set. We're going to be getting like the first like space sci-fi set after the Final Fantasy one, and good year for Magic fans this year.
Great pull, great. That set looks amazing. It's like I've given up on buying any more like physical Magic the Gathering cards personally. I'm reserving the right to buy singles though. I'm reserving the right to like, man, I kind of need like a cloud or something. I like the Final Fantasy set looks amazing. Looks so cool.
Cloud's a really great card. Sephiroth's great. Yeah, all of the 7 cast has some pretty cool cards, for sure. And there's, you know, commander decks where there's even different versions of Cloud and everyone. And if you have thousands of dollars, you could get all of that fun stuff. But yeah, it's already the best selling set of all time in Magic's history.
It's insane.
And it's not even out yet. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. We'll see.
I hope they print enough. I hope Wizards, Hasbro, and all them, they know that like people want this shit. Like don't create the scarcity, because like how does that benefit that? I get it that it benefits, you know, the third market, you know, like everyone trying to sell them and trade them and whatnot. But like, all right, just print a shit ton of them, Hasbro. Like let's give the people what they want. They will buy it, and they will pay markups and tariffs and everything else. It's fine. Just do it. Oh yeah, that set looks great. Mike mentioned it. Same day as that awesome set is Summer Game Fest. So that's June 6th. Mentioned it in the intro here that we will be doing a talk over. That starts at 4 Central. And it's going to be part of a larger kind of presentation. So the main presentation, Summer Game Fest, hosted by Kayla and everything, I think is roughly from 4 to 6 Central. And then after that, you've got a bunch of other presentations, not only on the 6th, but also IGN is doing like a sister kind of act here with Whoopi Goldberg. They're doing their IGN Live June 7th and 8th. So the whole weekend is going to be a ton of information on new games, trailers we haven't seen, trailers we have seen, some date announcements. So we're going to get a lot this weekend, and then that's going to lead into episode 196 of the pod, because now we got to redraft, folks. We got to do the second part of our draft. So a little teaser for what that's going to look like. We should have a good idea when all is said and done with Summer Game Fest and IGN Live and everything of what the second half of the year is going to look like for game releases. They're going to reverse the decision to release GTA next year, and then I'm gonna get it this year. And I'm gonna score like 1 million points from that, right? That's the big news.
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
Do you have a prediction? What's gonna be like the game of the show, Mike? Do you have a prediction for that?
Oh gosh. Final Fantasy 9, baby. It's gonna be
the remake. Yeah. Okay. Kayla, do you have something as bold?
An Uncharted game.
Oh, that would be nice.
Oh, okay.
There has been the rumors of, or I think they were confirmed that like Naughty Dog is working on a second game in addition to the weirdly titled one, Sacrifice of the Sky or whatever the hell it's called, the space game, the Adidas space game.
I know
Heretic Prophecy. But it's like something : Heretic Prophecy, right? It's a bad title, but the main character, the actor who plays the main character, was in the recent season of The Last of Us TV show, so that's kind of cool. You get to see her in action. She plays Nora. If you're familiar with Last of Us Part 2, she plays Nora, that character. So, look up the name of that game. It's pissing me off. But yeah, so Naughty Dog came out and said they are working on something else. We don't know what that is. People are speculating that it could it be Uncharted? Could it be another Last of Us, Part 3 or something like that, or something completely different? Who knows? But they're doing something. So I like that pick. I like Uncharted 5. I want Uncharted 5. I think at this point.
Intergalactic? The Heretic Prophet.
Intergalactic is okay. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. Is that what the full title is? I think you're right.
Yes.
Mouthful.
That's a bad title, but looks cool. Looks interesting. Kumail Nanjiani's in that one.
Yeah.
So, that's exciting for June there. Summer Game Fest, our draft, everything else, our talk over. Kayla, you got anything else for June? Was that it?
That was it. I didn't find much for June.
That's tons.
Bear season 4.
The Bear season 4. List.
I mean, I'm excited, but I'm not like, it's not like, ooh, the most excited thing. I honestly figured it would be on yours, so I didn't put it on mine.
Oh yeah, it's on there. I'm hoping season 4 is return to form for the series. Season 3 was mid. I think we would all agree. I think it was even on our kind of like disappointments list last year, when years before it was fighting for a spot on the top dog list. So have they said this is going to be it? Are they going to keep?
I haven't seen anything in the trailers or the marketing for it that like this is the final. They are. I think they're kind of having it both ways, because like in the trailers it's showing the countdown, the clock, like this is how much time they have till they're out of money and stuff like that. That's a big theme of the season. So I feel like if the season's successful, we can keep going. They save the restaurant, or if it's not successful, well, we've wrapped it up, haven't we? Kind of thing. I feel like it's that's going on.
There's ending A and ending B.
Feels like it a little bit. I could be just speculating there, but yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, but this is June 25th, I think. All 10 episodes are launching at once on Hulu. And one of my favorite shows. Hope it's a good season. Hope it's a great season, like 1 and 2. And man, ready to go back with Richie and the gang and Carmi and all them.
Yeah, no, that's a good pick. I hope it can redeem itself because season 1 and 2 were great, and 3 was mid, like you said. Like it kind of was, and it felt like a bridge to this maybe. So if they were just holding out on us, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's all I had actually for June. You got anything else? Any picks to click, Mike?
No, I think that's it.
Solid June, nonetheless. Just as a reminder, our next episode will be a talkover of Summer Game Fest, starting 4 Central on June 6th. Real excited for that. Really excited to see them finally give us a release date for Silk Song.
I hope you're right, man.
That's what we're
God
doing.
damn it.
That's what we're doing. Oh, and I'll finally get some points for that one. So that was episode 194 of the Machine of Nonsense. We went over Mune, May and June, Netflix to Dumb, and a little teaser for episode 195, which will be our talk over of Summer Game Fest. And 196 for that matter, because that's going to be our redraft, or our second part of our draft, the video game draft of 2025. If you noticed, 195, 196, that is getting super, super close to episode 200 of the Machine of Nonsense. I think I'm going to make commemorative t-shirts. Think I'd like to make commemorative t-shirts.
Wow.
So anyone out there listening, watching, checking it out, if you would be interested in a commemorative episode 200 t-shirt, let us know, machineofnonsense@gmail.com. Put a comment on this episode on YouTube. I'll read it, whatever. We can get you some t-shirts, guys. I think that would be fun. And I got a fun game that we're going to be playing that day. So I keep teasing it, but episode 200 is coming here. All right. That was episode 194 of the Machine of Nonsense. We are getting out of here. We're saying to the moon.
Hello, June.
Good night, Moon.